they'll never see again. Dope, gang, cocaine, streets is propane. Moving traffic in the slow lane, no shame, no names, no
Christianity Background Check Part 2, The Roman Connection.
Short change, they gon' bring it to you close range. Better know what it is when you come out to play.
Sunday was the day of the sun god in ancient Roman culture. Christians who did not have a Jewish background adopted it as the Sabbath day. Also, not coming from Jewish traditions was the adoption of the pagan symbol of light. In paganism, the sun was the center of a popular cult among the Romans. The celebration of the winter solstice, the Roman cult of the unconquered sun, Sol Invictus, influenced Christmas. The two main non-Christian sources used to establish the historicity of Jesus are the writings of Tacitus and Josephus. Publius Cornelius Tacitus, a senator and historian of the Roman Empire. His final work, Annals, written in 117 CE, this is one of the earliest non-Christian references to the origins of Christianity. Tacitus was born 25 years after Jesus' death and does not reveal the source of his information. The earliest non-Christian reference to Jesus comes from Titus Flavius Josephus. His original name was Yosef ben Matityahu. He initially fought against the Romans during the First Jewish-Roman War as head of Jewish forces in Galilee, until surrendering in 67 CE to Roman forces led by Vespasian. He changed his name and fully defected to the Roman side and was granted Roman citizenship. He became an advisor and friend of Vespasian's son, Titus, serving as his translator when Titus led the siege of Jerusalem. Antiquities of the Jews includes two references to the biblical Jesus Christ in books 18 and 20, and a reference to John the Baptist in book 18. The references found in Antiquities have no parallel texts in any other work by Josephus, such as the Jewish War, written 20 years earlier. Although he fully defected, became a Roman citizen, and even changed his name, he is still considered by scholars to be a Jewish historian. Personally, I consider him a Roman historian. The Flavian dynasty ruled Rome from 69 through 96 CE. Here is a look at their family tree. Titus Flavius Vespasianus was the emperor from 79 to 81 CE. Before becoming emperor, Titus gained fame as a military commander, serving under his father in Judea during the First Jewish-Roman War. Vespasian put his son Titus in charge of stopping the Jewish revolt. After surrendering to Vespasian, defecting, becoming a Roman citizen, and changing his name to Titus Vespasian Josephus, Josephus became good friends with Vespasian's son Titus. Josephus had an active role as translator for his new friend's military campaign against the same Hebrew people he had been a former leader of. In 70 CE, Titus besieged and captured Jerusalem and destroyed the city and the Second Temple. In celebration of his achievement, the Arch of Titus was built and still stands till this day. It reads, "The Roman Senate and people dedicate this to God Titus Vespasianus Augustus, son of God Vespasian." How does Titus relate to Christianity? Jesus and Titus have an interesting typological relationship. Jesus' ministry begins in 30 CE. Titus destroys the Jewish temple in 70 CE. Jesus visits the same Galilean towns crushed by Titus, and in mostly the same order. At the Sea of Galilee, Jesus told his disciples that they would become fishers of men in Luke chapter 3, verse 21. In the Jewish War, chapter 3, verse 10, Titus attacks Jewish rebels at the Sea of Galilee, in which the rebels are drowned and speared like fish. Jesus meets the demoniac at the land of the Gadarenes, who contains a legion of unclean spirits that enter into a herd of swine and then drown themselves in the sea. Rebel leader John was suffering from an inflammation. His party meets Vespasian at Gadara, where the rebels are driven into the river Jordan. This story can be found in the Jewish Wars 4:7. Jesus predicts that the following signs will signal the return of the Son of Man: the destruction of Galilean towns, Jerusalem will be encircled with a wall, the temple will be razed. Titus fulfills all of Jesus' prophecies exactly 40 years after Jesus' alleged life. Jesus was crucified in 33 CE during Passover. The Jewish-Roman War ended in 73 CE during Passover. Ever wonder what the meaning of the hand sign that Jesus is making in many Orthodox paintings? His hand is spelling the phrase ICXC Nikas. The translation is Jesus Christ conquers. Is it just me, or does it look like Snoop is throwing up the same hand gesture?
Man, this is heavy. The Christianity Background Check Part 2. We just took a look at the Roman connection. Now, if you haven't seen Christianity Background Check Part 1, you need to just go on and click on that right now. We take a look at the astrological connection, Christianity's connection with astrology. Now, I encourage you to look up all of this information for yourself. With anything in life, it's important to be fully knowledgeable about everything that you participate in. You already know I am Ya Highness, always plus, never minus. Anything is Sav Lab, it gets no realer. So don't be lame. Get some game. I'm out. Straight black pride coming out the hood. Misunderstood, but you know what's good. The lost tribe, that's the situation. A hostile nation try to murder, pillage, kill, and rape us. They can't break us, so they hate us. Lock us up in cages, they've been doing this for ages. The Panthers had the answers to the questions that we facing. That's why the FBI and the pigs had their guns blazing. Better watch out for the undercover brother. He gon' go and tell to the COINTEL. Crips and Bloods are community organizations. Bring guns in the dope, start a war, now we bangin'. Bang, take it back to the other side of the game. Hella pain, hella man, never see again. Dope gang, cocaine, streets is propane. Moving traffic in the slow lane, no shame, no names, no speaking